Okay, a long time in between streams. Get my mic volume where it should be.
All aircraft be advised, information Sierra now current, QNH 1022.
Let's jump in here. The ATC volume is very high. Let's turn that down a little bit. Voice volume down. That should be a good level. See how that goes. Alright, beautiful. Let's jump inside the cockpit. Let's get this guy fired up. We are loaded in here. We have an off the block time in 7 minutes. Let's maybe push that one out a little bit. Let's give ourselves at least 27 minutes. Okay, we've got 112 passengers today.
Qantas 436, request IFR clearance to Sydney Airport.
Cruise altitude is 370. Cost index is 4.
Qantas 436, Melbourne delivery, information Sierra current, cleared to Sydney via the Dorsal 2 departure, runway 27, climb via SID to 10,000 feet, squawk
3 hours and 45
2042.
minutes into Auckland from Melbourne.
Cleared to Sydney via the Dorsal 2 departure, runway 27, climb via SID to 10,000 feet, squawk 2042, Qantas 436.
Qantas 436, read that correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.7 when ready for pushback or engine start. Qantas 436, have a good day.
Should get the fuel truck coming around soon. Got another Air New Zealand long haul behind us, which is very good to see. Melbourne Airport's pretty busy this morning. Here comes the fuel truck to connect. Whoa! Alright. Doing donuts, driving through baggage cars, good stuff. Coming in with style this morning. Alright, let's see if we can have a look at them connecting up. Where are we? Good stuff, they'll get us connected. Let's go inside and start our flows. Okay, so we're going to go, yes, we are late, that's okay. We'll go overhead, we'll get the batteries flipped on. Beautiful, we'll get the external power on. Set crew supply on. Let's get the captain switch flipped over and ground control on. Lovely. And I think we've got boarding started. 20% battery remaining. We've got this. We've just plugged in power and batteries, so that's good. So we're going to get fuel on board. We'll keep the seatbelt signs off for the moment while we are refueling. Aligned. auto. There's another logo lights to 1. QNH is set to 1013. Let's call up the ATIS. See what the QNH should be.
110. Advise on initial contact. Do you have information, Sierra?
Information Sierra current.
Melbourne Airport information, Sierra. 0042 Zulu. Surface wind 260 degrees, 12 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Scattered 2,500 feet. Temperature 13 degrees. Dew point 07 degrees. QNH 1022. Landing and departing runways 2734. Transition level 110.
Beautiful.
Advise on initial contact. Do you have information, Sierra?
27, so that's all good. We've got refueling.
Melbourne
Ideas
Airport
will be in
information,
alignment
Sierra.
in 7 minutes.
0042 Zulu.
So we're okay
Surface
there.
wind 260 degrees.
We'll call up clearance. Melbourne clearance, Air New Zealand 120 with information Sierra on board at stand 9. We are an Airbus A320 requesting clearance to Auckland as filed.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne delivery, cleared to Auckland Airport via course 1 departure, runway 27, climb via SID to 8,000 feet, squawk 4141.
Perfect. Clear to Auckland Airport via the Calls 1 departure, runway 27, initial climb to 8,000 feet via the SID, and we'll squawk 4141. New Zealand 120. Thank you.
New Zealand 120, read that correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for push or start.
121.7 when ready for push and start at New Zealand 120. Thank you. Beautiful. We've got 8,000 here for our initial climb. We'll start to program the FMS in a moment. Course 1 departure is what we're expecting. Squawk 4141. Let's get that loaded up here. 41, nice, there's there. Get this set to auto, and we'll just go to TARA straight away. To our FMGC. And the AOC. We'll initiate the flight. And we'll check on boarding. We'll see how long that's likely to take as well. Beautiful. Let's get the weather here as well. West. YMML in Melbourne. Meter should come through quite quickly. Beautiful. Weather data is here. Go to init request. GPS primary because we don't have the Ds in alignment just yet. We are A in Z 122. Course index was 46. And cruise was 360. Nope, 370. I lie. 370. Beautiful. Now look at the winds. Lovely, lovely. We've got climb, we've got cruise, we've got descent. Fantastic. Alright. Good from there, we'll plug in our flight plans. So we depart through the Course 1 departure, runway 27. Course 1. Fantastic. It is connecting. Beautiful. And then into Auckland. We'll see. This will probably change. We're thinking runway 23 left. see if we can do that. And we were thinking it's a rad 7 Charlie. 7 Charlie, fantastic. We'll go via Loonby, I think. Yep, Loonby transition. Beautiful, good stuff. Alright, let's double check this. Oh gosh, some amazing camera work. Let's go to plan. And just step this through. So the departure is all good. Everything coming up pink, we can achieve all these constraints. And then coming into Auckland, so we've got the rad 7 Charlie starts here at the Loonby transition. Alrighty, we've got Cuny, Domri, Kidag, swing around at MRAG, get our 3 degrees glide slope of Resso, and then into Auckland. Fantastic. Fantastic. And it's an RNAV, so it's the RNAV X-ray 23 left final. Okay, that all sounds rather swell. Our secondary flight plan here as well. Get this a little bit closer. Copy active. Right now, if there's nothing to do, progress. Let's load up Auckland and send Alpha. Beautiful. Update that. I don't know that I've noticed that before, and I'm not quite sure what I should put in there. I'll leave that there. Unit B. Second page, and we're not going to be able to do this until we get the fuel on board, so let's check on fuel boarding. Nobody has boarded yet. And no fuel? Oh, sorry, this is cargo. I've got no cargo on board. Fuel in tanks, we've got plot fuel of 12.3. Should reflect over here. 12.3, fantastic. Good. Not sure why boarding hasn't started. I'm inclined with the times that we're on. We're 15 minutes out from off blocks. Maybe we just reset, reload aircraft instantly. Let's just do it. Oh, you need to set a fuel target before loading the aircraft. Oh, it was 12.3. Oh, it's literally loaded 12 kilograms of fuel. What aircraft? Jeez. 12, 300. That makes more sense. I should have known that the slide would actually go. Aircraft instance. There we go. 12,300 kilograms of fuel on board. 112 passengers. We'll send that to the CU. Let's go back over here. Everything is in. Good stuff. Takeoff weight, landing weight, block fuel, trip time, 0 fuel weight, 0 fuel weight. CG is all good. Okay, fantastic. So performance page. We'll come back over to the EFB. Yes, 27, set the load sheet. Set the weather, 122, calculate that. 136, 137, 140. Flaps clean. 211. Cool. Good stuff. Send that over to the MCDU. And everything is as it should be. Fantastic. Hopefully cruise, and then we'll enter the approach details as we get a little bit closer and get the weather details for Auckland a couple of hours in. Alright, the Adirs have aligned, so we've got navigation. Yep, beautiful. Good stuff. Let's get ready to go. Let's put the fuel pumps on, and then we'll call up delivery and see if we can get pushback approval. Fuel's gone in, so we've got seatbelt signs on now as well. Let's start up the APU. We've got 4 people watching here. Fantastic. Good to have you guys along. We are off to Auckland today. It's a sunny morning in Melbourne. We'll start the APU, and we wanted to apologies for how crazy it is when I move the camera around. It's quite dramatic. Wait for the APU to come on. Let's get some scenic shots while we do. It looks very, very erratic when I move the camera around in the cockpit. When it's out here, it's not so bad. Let's see if the APU is starting up. Should get the light in a moment. Available, fantastic. Back overhead, we can get rid of external power. We can start the bleed, we can turn the beacon lights on so that the tug comes over to attach. The jetway is now going to leave us, fantastic. And let's get approval for pushback. Flick up to ground, it was 121.7. Melbourne ground, good morning. Air New Zealand 120, ready for push and start at stand Echo 9. Thank you.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west. Air New Zealand 120. Fantastic. Alright, and yes, I need to look at my charts to see which way west is. I imagine it's always right. What is west?
Pushback approved, face south, China Eastern 738 heavy.
Alright, so we're facing south right now, so yeah, that's right. Fantastic, tug is attached. It's an awesome aircraft behind. We've got into the 777 Air New Zealand behind and to the right. And then it looks like an 30 Air Malaysia. Straight on. Okay, fantastic. I think my taxi. Let's just let's go. So we're runway 27. So we should. Where is my little marker? Oh. Got no marker here. Ah. Awesome. Looking at the flight when I should look at the taxi chart. I think this one just 4. Alright.
Jetstar 506 at Gate Ball 47, request pushback and engine start.
So likely we're going to push back out here onto uniform. This is Alpha, so we're likely uniform
Pushback and engine start approved.
Alpha,
Jetstar 506.
and Victor
China Eastern 738 heavy, request
to
taxi.
Papa, holding short of 127. That's what
China
we're
Eastern
expecting.
738 heavy, taxi to holding point Kilo, runway 34 via Alpha, Kilo. Taxi to holding point Kilo, runway 34 via Alpha, Kilo, China Eastern 738 Heavy.
Huh. We definitely got approval for runway 27, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. What are we doing? We are transponder is set. Let's go push and start. So let's call up buttons over here to get us going. So push back. Departure clearance requested. Tail east. It's the only option. So let's go with that. Oh, we are facing west, so that's all good. Looks parking brakes. Beautiful. Start engines at will. So let's go to ignition position for engine mode.
Taxi via November, Echo, hold short of runway 34, Q-Link 902 Delta.
Let's get some sounds happening in here. Start up engine number 1 first. We can get our fellow Air New Zealand 777 over there.
Jetstar 506, request taxi.
Oh,
Jetstar
sweet
506,
sounds.
taxi to holding point Kilo, runway 34 via Yankee Sierra, Whiskey Kilo.
Taxi to holding point Kilo, runway 34 via Yankee Sierra, Whiskey, Kilo, Jetstar 506.
Run is up. Let's get engine 2 going. We can hear the PTU spooling up in the background. I love that sound. Parking brake set.
Which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now
Is that a
pointing out
reflection?
the exits nearest to you.
No, oh wow, that's straight through the windows there at a Qantas 787.
Emergency lighting
How
will
cool is
guide you
that?
to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board.
That's
Your
fantastic.
seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and
Level of detail on 2024 still catches me by surprise sometimes. Okay, we're going to let the ground crew that know that the engines, we've got a good engine start, both engines looking very, very nice indeed. We'll bring engine mode back to normal from ignition.
Q-Link 902 Delta, via Echo cross runway 34, taxi to ramp Sierra 5 via
Fantastic.
Echo, Alpha,
Look at that.
Whiskey.
Beautiful day.
Via Echo, cross runway 34, taxi to ramp Sierra 5 via Echo, Alpha, Whiskey, Q-Link 902 Delta.
Turn off the APU
China Eastern
bleed and the
738 Heavy,
APU in a
contact
moment.
Melbourne Tower 120.5. Contact Tower
So this detection.
120.5, China Eastern
Stuff.
738 Heavy. Velocity 1365,
Beautiful.
taxi via Mike, Echo, hold short of runway
Let's go.
34.
Let's get the APU bleed
Taxi
off.
via Mike, Echo,
Masters
hold short of
switch
runway
off.
34, velocity 1365.
We're going to set our flaps. We're going to arm the ground spoilers. Takeoff flaps. We are flaps 2 for takeoff. Fantastic.
further information regarding your safety on board can be
Let's
found
get to
in the
flaps 2.
in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
Rotor trim reset. Turn our nose lights to taxi.
Jetstar 506, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Nice wave.
Orbit to tower 120.5, Jetstar 506, have a good day.
Nose lights to taxi. And let's get our clearance.
4388, Charlie 1, request pushback.
Radio here.
Qantas 438, Melbourne ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north. Pushback approved, face north, Qantas 438.
Melbourne ground, Air New Zealand 120, requesting taxi to runway 27.
New Zealand 120, taxi to holding point Quebec, runway 27 via uniform, Victor, Foxtrot, Echo, Quebec.
Taxi to holding point Quebec for runway 27 via uniform Victor, Foxtrot, Echo, Quebec. Air New Zealand 120. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is holding point Quebec here. We're going through uniform, which is where we are, just on the apron here. This is Victor. Wait, where is Victor? Oh no, they're getting us to go out here. Okay, interesting. That's not what I was expecting. Alright, let's squiggle that out again. Okay, so come across here. Victor, it'll be Foxtrot.
438, taxi to holding point
Echo.
Quebec, runway 27 via Quebec.
Down Echo.
Taxi to holding point Quebec, runway 27 via
Back
Quebec.
all the way back here, so we
438.
actually backtrack to the start runway. Fantastic. Good. Alright, keep that open, but take out the screen. It's just not too distracting there. Beautiful. Okay, predictive wind shear we've got to turn on. It's just down here. We'll set that to auto. Let's
Qantas 438,
take off
contact Melbourne Tower
here. Take off config using
120.5.
normal auto brake.
Over to Tower
To max.
120.5,
That's good.
Qantas 438.
Turn on terrain ND.
Velocity 1365, behind the departing Airbus. Via Echo Cross runway 34 behind. Taxi to stand Echo 7 via Echo.
We're already in TARA, so
Golf
that's
Sierra,
good.
uniform.
Strobe lights we can turn on.
Behind the departing Airbus, via Echo Cross runway 34
Strobe
behind.
landing and
Taxi
nose
to stand
lights.
Echo 7
Turn
via
on.
Echo Alpha, Golf Sierra,
Strobe.
uniform, velocity 1365.
That's those lights we've got to taxi. Actually, we can take the landing lights off until we're lined up on the runway. Beautiful. Let's get position here. Fill up pedals. Okay, good stuff. Park and brake off. Let's get rolling.
Velocity 1365, hold position for traffic.
Hold position, velocity 1365.
Just a motion flap. I'm seeing who disagree. What that means. It's interesting. I'm sure I've seen that before.
Velocity 1365, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, velocity 1365.
Okay, this is an alpha, so we can go through
Velocity
alpha.
1365, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position, velocity 1365.
Velocity 1365, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, velocity 1365.
Beautiful. Take a right here. To Victor. This one's oh, someone mowing the lawns. There's a tractor mowing the lawns out there. How nice. Doing a great job. They're great. Some Virgin Australia planes, Jetstar. Alright, so we're not taking the first right. The first right is Tango. The second is Echo. We had Victor, Foxtrot, Echo. And then Quebec, and then to the holding point. Runway 27, Quebec. This is Foxtrot down to Echo. stream. It is my first time streaming for a long time. So forgive me if my camera work is all over the place. Very erratic. It's been a minute. We're off to Auckland today and conditions look pretty favourable. Pretty good. There's the Thai Airways. Is it an A350 or I think it's an A350. I think I saw a Singapore. Oh, it's the big one. It's the Super. Singapore A380, fantastic. Going all the way to the end here to Quebec. To the holding point for runway 27. Second.
New Zealand 120, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Over to tower on 120.5 and New Zealand 120. Thank you. Okay, let's slow down. We're approaching holding point Quebec. Melbourne Tower and New Zealand 120 approaching holding point Quebec for runway 27.
New Zealand 120, number 1 for departure. Hold short of runway 27.
Number 1 for departure, hold short of runway 27. New Zealand 120.
Dynasty 057 heavy, exit right at Charlie.
Velocity.
Exit right at Charlie,
Velocity.
Dynasty 057 heavy.
That's great. Oh, I've got red on my terrain. Yeah, that's interesting. Right, holding short. We're at number 1, so we shouldn't have to wait too long. So let's get configured here for takeoff.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne Tower, wind 260 degrees, 14 knots, runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Air New Zealand 120. Fantastic, everything is set. Put the Sakono. Fantastic. Just double check.
Chapter 105 heavy, wind 260 degrees, 14 knots, runway 34 cleared to land.
Runway 34 clear to land, Chapter 105 heavy.
Fantastic, let's go. Let's do it. 8,000 set. So heading for 270. Let's get this show on the road. Well, on the runway. Flaps takeoff, so flaps 2 is set, spoilers are armed. I don't think we're forgetting anything. Strange things have happened. I never know, do we stop on the runway? Do we just roll through? Seems like a bit of a trend now to just roll through instead of stopping to spool up the engines. We've got a long old runway here for our little A320, so I think we just go. Oh, this keeps happening. Something to do with flaps. Absolutely fine. Yeah, then it goes away. It's so strange. over to departure on 129.4.
Melbourne Tower, Indonesia 716 Heavy, ALS approach runway 27.
Indonesia 716 Heavy, Melbourne Tower, continue.
Roger, Indonesia 716 Heavy.
Over departure New Zealand 120, climbing through to 1004, original 8000.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne departure. Good day, identified, climb flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, New Zealand 120, thank you.
My pleasure. Enjoy your flight.
My pleasure. Clean. Spoilers disarmed. Landing lights. Fantastic. Good, good. Left turn going here. Warnings or status messages come through. Towards the east, towards Auckland. We're seeing 10,000 feet now, so we'll switch on to standard pressure. And that's off, sequencers are off. We can take terrain off. Getting down. We can switch to airports. So we'll just check this status page. Scroll.
Zealand 120, contact Melbourne Centre 135.7.
Over to Melbourne Centre on 135.7, New Zealand 120. I keep saying Air New Zealand and they keep saying New Zealand, so I'm just going to go New Zealand. Melbourne Centre Air New Zealand, New Zealand 120. We're seeing flight level 170 for flight level 180.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne Centre identified, climb flight level 370.
Up to flight level 370, New Zealand 120. Thank you. Good stuff. So bring it in. That should definitely help you through the situation. Coming to cruise nice and quickly. That's what we can.
Melbourne Centre, Victor Hotel 8 Alpha Tango, 2,500 feet.
Victor Hotel 8 Alpha Tango, Melbourne Centre identified. Victor Hotel 8 Alpha Tango, contact Open Tower 123.0.
Over to Tower 123.0, Victor Hotel 8 Alpha Tango. Have a good day.
Things should be just straightforward. Let's just go flight plan again. Good. GPS accuracy is high, so no issues there. Performance, which is good. You know, arrival details. Just that there as well, just and
New Zealand 120, contact Melbourne Centre 135.3 today.
135.3, New Zealand 120, thank you.
You're welcome, have a great flight.
Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 120, passing through flight 220 for flight level 370.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne Centre identified.
Cool, so we've got 10 in here, temperature 14. Celsius. Good stuff. For the approach, the ILS 23 left. That's correct now. Oh, we're not actually doing ILS 23. I was planning on the unav next reading. Interesting. Thanks for coming to turn. Capture that one, that's great. Let's have a look at the flight path. Oh, how good are those sounds? Wow. Okay, so we've got the Arad 7 Charlie arrival with Lumbi transition. Just don't know how I could make the ILS 23 left work without just an incredibly sharp moment, which didn't seem very practical. This is what we're working with. So the Arad 7 Charlie starts at Lumbi. Here. This is transition. Then Kiddag will start the approach, which is the X-ray to the left. And if we change this to the RLS, I think that's fine to program in the FMS. I don't know how Navigraph will like this. So it does. Takes us out to MRAG and then just gives us that portion. Can we change the transition? Much rather coming on this approach, but it's going to connect here. So if we do this, it just takes us up to MRAG, so we just need to connect. What's this? So Kiddag to MRAG. Let's see what happens there. to 123.75, New Zealand 120. Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 120, crossing through flight number 340 for 370.
New Zealand 120.
My pleasure.
Melbourne Centre identified.
Good stuff. Alright. Pretty set for the moment. We are still over land. We're just crossing over Sail in Victoria. So I'm going to run to go here and we will cross over Lake Wellington, which is very happy named given the opportunity to use it. There's an Air Force base which is to get cross over as well to our right.
Melbourne Centre, Victor Hotel Kilo Uniform Romeo, 3,000 feet. Victor Hotel Kilo Uniform Romeo, Melbourne Centre, identified.
Royal Air Force Base, East Sail Way.
New Zealand 120, contact Melbourne Centre 132.2, have a good day.
Melbourne Centre 132.2, New Zealand 120. Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 120 at flight number 360 for 370.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne Centre identified.
And yeah, so much. Oh, there it is. All of it's pixelated. And there's the coastline. Let's cross over as Village. It's called like Lakes Entrance. It's a very it's the last land we will see from Wellington. Just reached our cruising altitude 370, so we're going to cruise. Awesome. Checks if we've got nothing until to see operations through. I'm not sure how to change the ETA on see. Beautiful stuff. Brilliant.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 534, passing flight level 195, climbing to flight level 370, direct rivet.
Jetstar 534, Melbourne Centre, identified.
Keep hearing Jetstar.
New Zealand 120, contact
Jetstar
Melbourne Centre 124.0.
I keep going to respond and remembering it's not me. Melbourne Centre on 124.0. Thank you. Melbourne Centre, New Zealand 120, flight level 370.
New Zealand 120, Melbourne Centre, identified.
engines. Let's just bring the master volume down. Oh, bring the engines down? No, let's just bring the whole down. See how that goes. $50? Surely. I don't know if that helped. Let's see. Still feels
Melbourne
just
Centre,
as
Victor
loud.
Hotel, Victor Echo Alpha, passing flight level 110, climbing to flight level 160.
That's actually very unchanged.
Victor Hotel, Victor Echo Alpha, Melbourne Centre, identified.
Where we go? Maybe? I'm sure there's a setting as well where you can basically make it sound like you put headphones on. Huh. Really close to that. No, I don't know. Still straddling the east coast, or the south coast just for a moment. It's very noisy, isn't it? Gotta figure out how to change that. Cockpit. Aircraft engines. Oh, okay. It's helped a lot. Maybe a bit too much. Okay, I think we're at a good level there. Ah, that's good. That's much better. Okay. Good stuff. Alright. Let's check on things. Oh my gosh, that's much better. I can actually hear. Destination estimated fuel on board is below minimum. Alright. How much fuel have we got right now? We have just under 10 tons. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Let's go. Fuel prediction. Estimated fuel on board 4.9. Minimum for destination 4.9. Fantastic. I think that's absolutely fine. We can't complain with that. Although our diversion, our alternate is it's Wellington, I think. Where's my sim brief? Alternate is oh, it's Christchurch. How far is Christchurch? Why would it not be Wellington? Wellington is half the distance from Auckland to Christchurch. Why? Why? I wonder if that's realistic. I guess Wellington is a smaller airport. I think Christchurch is quite small as well. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the fuel situation. We've popped in our approach details. We've got a barrow, a QNH, and our temp. We're going flaps full. We don't have our winds yet for the approach, so let's do a wind request to get updated approach winds. We'll probably do this again before we get closer to our arrival. Yeah, updated winds, let's insert them. Beautiful. Good stuff. Alright, life is good. Everything is as to be expected. We have left the coast of Australia now, so we are entering the Tasman Sea. We're just passing Gemak, the last waypoint before we get significantly on our way. So we'll make a left turn very shortly. Here we are at Gemak. And then we can realistically have this set on 320 nautical miles because it's going to be a fair while now before we need any other inputs. We've got a company message. Oh, here we are, making our left turn. Beautiful. Gorgeous livery for Air New Zealand. We can see the Australian coastline there. Won't be seeing too much of it for a little while. Over to Brisbane Centre 128.6. Air New Zealand 120. Just realised my microphone was muted for an extended period. Oh, goodness. I'll get the hang of it eventually. Easing back into it. We've got a company message, so let's have a quick look at what it is. ATSU, AOC. Receive messages. It is ANZ Ops. No ADC required. Okay. ADC? Yeah. ADC. No ADC required. Is that some kind of like clearance or... I'm not sure. I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna have to look that up. ADC. No ADC required. Delay code. It's something about delays. Okay. I mean, I know we were late off blocks, but we're not that late. Valenta's actually showing us on time, so... I'm just confused what this is. ADC delay message sent from company. After doors closed. Huh. Two types of messages that you can receive. If you pushed on time or early, you will receive a no ADC required, no action is required. If there was any delay pushing after the filed departure time, there comes a request that you justify each minute as to the reason why. So Air New Zealand's treating us very well there, because I think I pushed a little bit late. Yeah, I was scheduled at 10:50 and I pushed off the blocks at 11:03, but I think we were quite quick to take off. I don't think we were late there, and we're on time to get to Auckland, so I think that's why they've taken it easy on us. That's good news. Interesting. Learning every day. might just have that in the corner there. It's always nice to just kind of know what the overall progress is of the flight. Let me know in the comments if that's like legible if you're on a mobile screen or on a desktop. Hopefully it's okay. I guess I can zoom in a little bit. Like there, at least we can still see point to point where we're going. And then at least you can see where we've come from, what the SID was, where we're going, which runway, what the star is and the approach, the alternative of Christchurch, and the different zones here as well. Hopefully that's useful. If not, let me know. Just experimenting. I'm also very, very frequently flying Qantas Link flights around here on 2024. So every time I hear Q-Link or Jetstar, it just triggers me. I think they're talking to me straight away. Let's take a look at everything. Just make sure everything's looking good. Estimated fuel on board still showing we're tight, but I think we're absolutely okay there. ECAM statuses are all normal. There's nothing to really report on until we get up closer to the approach into Auckland. Everything's looking very nice. What? Why would that not be loaded in? Arrival 1028, 15 degrees. Everything's looking okay. Good stuff. Yeah, ETA 435 Zulu. Whereas up here we've got ETA 416. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to go with that. We shall see. We shall see. I'll just sit in the cabin for a while, actually. If you're on the channel for the first time, welcome. If you, yeah, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat as well. I do a lot of iRacing and flight sim. First time streaming in quite some time though, so any comments or feedback on the stream, please let me know. No suggestion is a silly one. We've obviously got Volanta at the top of the screen with the progress bar, where we're going from, where we're arriving into, altitudes and those sorts of things. And then I decided to put Navigraph on the bottom right hand corner. So hopefully it just gives you a bit more context if we're an internal view like this or an outside view, just on exactly where we are in our journey. But yeah, open to suggestions, absolutely. ATC were on Beyond ATC, because in Australia at the moment there is no VATSIM coverage whatsoever. Middle of the day, and Melbourne wasn't online. Sydney is not online. No, Sydney's super busy, but no ATC online. And we're flying into Auckland, and same story, nobody online. So that's why we've got Beyond ATC powering us through here. I've been super impressed with them recently as well. Mm.
I just want to quit. You know. I got to put some time into my website so I can, you know.
Mhm.
Because doing all that stuff is so boring and boring. Now Tim's like, oh, how are numbers for blah blah blah? I'm like, shut up.
Stop trying to talk like you know things, Tim.
Stop being my boss, Tim. Even though you are literally paid to be my boss.